Hello wet shavers, welcome to the Soap Thing Project, or if you've been here before, welcome back. So recently I've had a few people ask me to do my top 10 or top 5 shaving soap bases, and I've also seen other content creators do the same. The thing is, for me, nearly every shaving soap base that I've ever seen performed so great that trying to rack them and stack them would be practically meaningless. Now, having said that, there is one soap base that comes to mind that in my opinion outperforms every other base there is, and it is not close. It's Murphy & McNeil Kodiak. And this is a tallow-based soap. Let's look at the highlights. We got duck fat, beef tallow, bear tallow, cocoa butter, shea butter, goat milk, lanolin, and jojoba oil in this one. The Kodiak base is a limited edition soap base. I use the term limited edition fairly loosely because it's usually pretty easy to get your hands on a Kodiak soap base in some scent or another. They tend to come around pretty often for you to get your hands on one. This particular one is from the Infinitus collection, as you can see, and this one is the cold water scent. As you can see, it's also a 4-ounce tub of soap. Some of the more high-profile notes that stick out are blackcurrant, honeydew, water lily, and mulberry. We'll talk more about the scent character during the shave, but that's going to be the soap we're going to use today, is Murphy & McNeil Infinitus Cold Water. The aftershave is going to be Calvin Klein Eternity Aftershave Balm, and the Calvin Klein Eternity is a citrus-heavy aromatic fougere. I actually really love how this scents. I say it all the time, and I'm going to say it again. If I could piss excellence, it would smell exactly like this. So that's going to be the aftershave, Calvin Klein Eternity. Now the razor is going to be from the Wet Shaving Club, made by Yates Precision in Pennsylvania, and it is the winning razor. And this is made in stainless steel in some variety or another. I imagine the reason they don't tell you what kind of stainless steel it is because you might not be impressed if they did. But it's stainless steel nonetheless. It goes for $55 US, so that's a pretty competitive price. Solid stainless steel for $55 US. Now let me let you in on a little bit of a quick tip. If you want to see if your steel, titanium, or brass safety razor is really well machined to tight tolerances, loosen your handle just a little bit and then move your head side to side like you see here. If you have very little or no play in your head with the handle loosened, then that means you have a safety razor that's machined to really tight tolerances. And this is definitely an example of one that is. This is really well machined even at $55, so very impressive there, I'm not going to lie. We're going to put a feather high stainless blade in it. And the brush is going to be the Omega Evo 28mm synthetic. And then we're going to chase the shave with some Mancera Cedrat Boise. And this is a decant from DecantX. This is 10 milliliters. And this has a passing resemblance to Creed Aventus. It's a fruity, woody sort of scent. So we're going to apply that fragrance after the shave. So let's get started. Okay, applying the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Pre-Shave Cube to the face. 2 days of growth on the face. And I think this will be the last time you see this pre-shave cube. I think after this I'm gonna retire it to my other bathroom where it'll just be used as a face wash in the morning. Then we're gonna move on to other pre-shaves. So, now, here we have the, that's slippery. We have the Murphy & McNeil Infinitus Cold Water lathered into the Hendrix Classics & Company stainless steel bowl. And picking this up with wet hands, I'm telling you, is you're asking to drop it. So, all right. Scent strength on this, once lathered, is a 4 out of 5. So, definitely easy to smell without a lot of trouble. And I'm getting lather all over the place. Okay. Now, wet shaving club winning razor with a feather high stainless blade in it. Let's do a shave. Now, full disclosure, the last time I used this, it was a little bit of a shred fest, not gonna lie. So, here we go. Ooh wee, I'm having to ride the cap a little bit with this one to keep it from being so aggressive. Ooh. Oh man, it's tuggy. I wish I were making this up, but it's not super pleasant. And it wasn't pleasant the last time either. Let's see if we can dial this into a good shaving angle. There we go, that's a little better. Okay. Now it feels pretty good, but those first few strokes were not great. Now let's talk about the scent on this soap. So there's a fair bit of different scent notes going on here. You got citrus notes, you got melon notes. It's a little bit aquatic. There's some amber in here, so that's giving it kind of an aquatic sort of vibe. It's slightly earthy. There's a little bit of vetiver in here too. Let's try. There we go. It's definitely got a kind of dark, aquatic sort of facet to it. It's very, very black currant heavy. It kind of has a vaguely passing resemblance to Creed Silver Mountain Water, except this is much, much more heavy on the black currant. I hope they bring this out as a general release because I actually quite like it. It's different enough from Creed Silver Mountain Water that it could probably stand on its own. But it's definitely got some green notes, some aquatic notes. There's a little bit of melon in here from the honeydew. I'm pretty sure that's where I'm picking that up from, is the honeydew. Actually, I'm gonna wet this a little bit. That was more than a little bit, but work some water into this. The Kodiak base loves water, and I am somebody who will tend to underhydrate my soaps. So if you want the optimum performance out of this, you gotta give it the water. Okay. Now I'm done slinging lather everywhere. Okay, let's try this way. Here we go. Now, a lot of people who use this razor say that they have issues with it kind of having this sucking sensation where it pulls against your face. And I'm getting the same thing. And I think what that has to do with is the head geometry. I don't know if you can see this, but the head geometry is pretty straight all the way up. I don't know also if you can see that, but the blade is pretty torqued in there, so it's not going nowhere. Definitely zero blade chatter out of this thing. But the head geometry is such that there's a lot of surface area making contact with your face at the same time, especially if you're using this at the proper shaving angle. So it has this kind of slightly abrasive sort of feeling to it because there's so much metal sliding across your face. This is definitely a much more pleasant shave than the last time I used it. But I'm honestly I think I'm gonna blame that on the Kodiak being just that good. Because the last time I used it, I was using CK6 from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, and that wasn't enough to save me. Now, some of it was operator error. There's, you know, when you have a bad shave, some of it, at least some of it, usually a lot of it, is always operator error. You're just shaving wrong. Because I hate to break it to people, you can get a pretty good shave with even the worst kind of shaving tools. It's all in how you do it. How you use the tools that you have in front of you. Now, real quick before we get out of here, when I talk about like the best performing soap base, I'm talking specifically about two things: primary slickness and ease of use. How slick is it on the first pass? And how easy is it to make a lather? And with this one, in my personal opinion, it's unbeatable. It is very easy to make a lather. And it is very slick once it is on your face. The slickest, easily the slickest soap I've ever seen in terms of primary slickness. Residual slickness is pretty spectacular on this too, but I find that less important just because if I can always just re-lather, you know, apply some more lather to the face. Whereas if it's no good on the first round, then why use it? And like I've said before, I don't think any of your soap really has issues with primary slickness. You're going to get a slick shave with nearly any soap, but with this one, it just performs that much higher than every other soap base I've ever seen. I've tried CK6, I've tried Kaizen 2 and Kaizen 2E. They don't come close. Again, my personal opinion, take it for the grain of salt that it's worth, and if you don't like it, well, call the police.
Take him in, then beat him up.
All right, let's do a rinse. See how we did. Okay. No nicks or cuts. I mean, it looks good to me. The alum block will tell the whole story, though. Let's move on and let's film that. Let's do the alum block. Okay, what we have here is the corner piece of a Prorazzo alum block. Because I got it in the mail and it catastrophically fell apart. So let's apply it to the face. See if we have any feedback. So far, nothing. I mean, what can I say? Murphy and McNeil Kodiak is that good that it can defeat me using a razor that's not great for me, and it can defeat my own piss-poor shaving habits. So, mic drop on that one. Okay, time for some Calvin Klein Eternity Aftershave Balm. Let's put it on. Oh, ooh, used a lot of it. Hopefully, there we go. Let me see. Oh, it's not too bad. For a second, I thought I had way too much of it. This stuff smells great. Love the scent of this. I really wish Michael Riley over at First Line Shave would bring back the blue label, because that was Calvin Klein Eternity. Love that stuff. Okay, now let's talk about Murphy and McNeil Kodiak. Obviously, this was a one-off. This, as far as I know, was the only one made. So this particular scent is unobtainium, but if I exhausted this to an empty tub, would I buy another Kodiak soap? You bet your ass I would. This stuff is incredible. I cannot overstate it. It's amazing. Go get one. That's it. What else can you say about it? It was an amazing shave every single time I've used it. Even when things are not going well for me, even when I'm misbehaving doing a shave, doesn't matter. This stuff is that good. That's it. All right, one last order of business. Mancera Cedrat Boise. Let's put it on. This stuff is pretty highly concentrated, so a little bit goes a long way. And the scent on this is, like I said before, it smells somewhat like Creta Ventus. It doesn't have the smokiness that Creta Ventus has, and it also is a bit fruitier and a little bit less woody. So take that for what it's worth, but it's good stuff, and this stuff lasts forever on my skin. Forever. Kind of reminds me of The Sandlot.
Forever.
And that's it. That'll be the shave for today. I want to thank everybody for watching, and until next time, this is Soap Thing telling you, shave every single time like you mean it. Thanks for watching.